Hello guys, good evening and welcome to another round here for F6 at the Apex Online Racing AOR. Here for round number 6 at the Monaco Grand Prix. One of the trickiest circuits on the calendar, if not the trickiest of them all. As we are on board right now with last week's winner, Sloshy, at the Spanish Grand Prix, looking to keep things rolling lovely as he is currently leading the championship on 60 points to his name. As he's on the run down right now to the slowest corner in F1 at the Grand Hotel hairpin, as he goes down through Portier, trying to get a decent run going through the tunnel on the run down to the Nouvelle chicane. And we're going to see what these guys can do as we got a yellow flag out in sector 3 already. This is a track where you will be lucky if you do not lose any bodywork on these walls. There is no margin for error as Soshi goes through Raskas and around the final corner. On the run down, he sets a 109.8. I'm expecting pole position to be in the 109s, maybe pushing the 108s if they can get a clean lap, as SJH pops in with a 111.9. But of course these guys running without any assists whatsoever. That includes the racing line, so times may be just what each individual driver can be able to pull out for themselves, as we see Dale popping in with a 112.0. Alex in the Force India coming through with a 111.5 and then retiring from the session. He must have crashed into Sandoval. But we're going to see who is going to be the master of Monaco. This circuit right here, qualifying is so important as it is one of the trickiest places to overtake. There's not a lot of places where overtaking can be made. Best places to look out for is down to the Nouvelle chicane. There may be a bit of action into Raskas and Saint-Devon, and onto the run up to Massenet, and maybe even down the inside of this corner right here, Portier. You never know. But not a track where overtaking comes easy, as he just goes straight through the Nouvelle chicane, does Jacob, and that is definitely going to invalidate his lap if it hasn't already been invalidated. He's probably just trying to get back to the pits as quickly as possible, as we got the Ferrari of Vallicello and his teammate right behind him coming through the tunnel together. Ferraris one by one, and that's a big cut on Vallicello's part, but he's currently sitting in P2. We have a look at his teammate right now to see what he can do. Chuck the lap delta on. Interesting right now that Baba is the only one that set a time on the ultra soft tyres, and we got Dale out there on the super soft tyres setting a 12.0, which, you know, he's gonna have to chuck on a faster set of tyres. I mean, basically this race is all about survival. Everyone is going to be gunning to get track position right here. Not so much about race strategy. track position is key at this circuit, as we are on board with Rich in the Williams, out on his outlap, taking things nice and slow as he has a little bit of a lock up into the Grand Hotel hairpin. Who will be the first one across the line to start their second flying lap? I think it'll be Dale, unless Bullet is on a lap. I do believe he is. He's out on his super soft tyres. Interesting call. I mean, it could pay out well for him. He did have a great performance in Spain last week, so it could be interesting for him. Ten minutes left in the qualifying session, as we got Bullet coming around the final corner. He did back off, so I think he's just gearing up to go again. Ozone right behind him. We got a yellow flag in sector 3. Who's that for? But we got Sloshy coming into the pits. We're going to see quite a lot of yellow flags coming out in this race, I do believe, as we see Dale completely cut in the corner over there. So he jumps straight back into the pits. A yellow flag out in sector 1. Who's that for? Not sure who it's for, but we're going to ride on board with Jacob as he goes provisional pole with a 109.2. Very impressive time from Jacob. 6 times quicker than Sloshy at the moment as he runs through Marcinez down through Casino. On the run down to Mirabeau. But he does have a Ferrari right behind him, and he's going to move out the way to let the Ferrari go. Who's now? I believe that is Ivan. Ivan coming through the tunnel as Vallicello goes 0.06 of a second quicker than Jacob. He is on provisional pole as it stands right now. As I said before the race started, I expected pole position to be in the low 109s, maybe even creeping into the 108s. So these guys are right with my predictions as it stands right now. At the moment, the 2 people out of the qualifying session, Don Silva in the Renault and Alex in the Force India. As we got the championship leader, Sloshy, coming through Raskas and diving back into the pits. Have we got anyone out on a fast lap? Let's see what B. Morgan in the Toro Rosso can do. He's going to dive into the pits as well. What about Rich in the Williams? What can he do? He comes through Raskas. He's going to dive into the pits as well. What about Ivan in the Ferrari, scraping the wall on the run down to Raskas? But he is going to come through the final corner, open up DRS as early as possible. on the run down to the line. Is it going to be an improvement? Yes, it is. It gets him up into P4 with a 110.2. Just ahead of Sneaky Ninja in the other Renault. Who else have we got on a lap? We got SJH on his outlap. We got Dale just coming out of the tunnel on the run down to the Novell chicane. No corner cuts here. He's keeping it clean as he's on going through to back right now into the swimming pool section. Keeping it clean, keeping it out of the barriers through Raskas. Very easy to hit that inside wall if you turn in just a little bit too early. Same thing for the final corner as well. DRS wide open as he's on the run to the line. It's going to be P5 for the moment for Dale. Big improvements for him. As I think Ivan might be coming into the pits this lap. He probably is, yep. Ivan into the pits. As we got the McLaren of Hammers being caught rapidly by the Toro Rosso of Ozone right behind them. But let's see what the McLaren driver can do. He's got a Toro Rosso right behind him. He is closing in on him. Is that Toro Rosso? As we got a yellow flag out in sector 1 and 2. A Sloshy is out on track. The championship leader, last week's race winner, out on track, looking to maintain his championship lead. And an interesting point that I didn't pick up on was Dale on the ultra soft tyres, setting that 110.3 at the moment in P5. So that'll be good for him. He can go deep into this Grand Prix. But it is going to be a one stop for everyone, I do believe. And Ozone is under pressure by to set a lap time. He hasn't got a lap time on the board, but he comes through the final corner. DRS wide open on the run down to the line. What's it going to be? It's going to be P13 for the time being. Hopefully he can improve on that, as we got a yellow flag in sector 1. That might be just up the road from him. He comes through Casino. Lovely work as it's a Ferrari going slow. He gets out of the way. Through the Grand Hotel, hairpin goes Ozone as he gets pushed down to P14 on the grid. Through Portier and into the tunnel. Switching up through the gears. Braking hard now for the Novell chicane. There's a Red Bull that's just gone straight on and through to back goes. He bangs against the wall slightly. That's not going to help his lap time. And again on the exit, he's lost a lot of his front wing. And he's going to peel into the pits. A wise move from Ozone there. As we're on board with Bullet, who has set his first lap on the super soft tyres, and at the moment I do believe he is on a set of ultra soft, so he could be trying to creep into the top 10 as he loses the back end on the exit out of the Novell chicane, slams into the wall, and I think that might be a lot of front wing damage on that McLaren. He's gonna have to pit. Yep, as we see, he's lost quite a lot of end plates right there on the right. He dives into the pits. Good thing. Oh, actually, he might not have time to get back out. That could be the end of qualifying for Bullet as well as Ozone. I mean, they're going to be pushing to try and get around to start another lap. But I think that is it for Bullet. End of the session for him. Same for SJH. We got a yellow flag in sector 3 as Sneaky Ninja has retired from the session, and so has Baba. I think they might have come together. Unfortunately, they both retired the moment I switched on to them, and I wasn't able to see what went on there. But Vallicello is chilling in the pits right now. Not feeling the need to set another lap. But Jacob is well and truly capable of getting up there, as he's got 0.04 of a second quicker than his previous best as he goes through the hairpin, keeping it nice and tight, getting a good exit coming through Portier. Can he get on the power? Lovely, and not lose the back end. Yes, he can. And through the tunnel on the run down to the Novell chicane. Braking hard, making sure you don't cut the corner. Back end stepped out slightly, but he's got it under control. A little bit of a kiss on the wall through swimming pool. As he comes through, it's not going to be an improvement. He peels off into the pits. What can Sloshy do? The championship leader, he's just coming through Portier into the tunnel. Up through the gears. The Novell chicane, I think he might have got away with that. I don't think that's going to be an invalidity, but he hits the wall through to Beck. He comes through Raskas, he clips the outside wall again. But is this going to be an improvement for Sloshy? It is going to be an improvement, but it's not going to get him any further up the grid. What can the McLaren of James do? As he comes through the final corner, DRS wide open. Ozone right ahead of him, he doesn't improve. And James also does not improve. So that is going to be the grid. Vallicello in his Ferrari with a 109.2. Takes pole position here at the streets of Monaco. So going through the grid orders, we got Vallicello on pole, Jacob alongside, Sloshy third, Ivan 4th, Dale 5th, James and his McLaren in 6th place, Sneaky Ninja in 7th, Baba and his Williams in 8th, 9th we got B Morgan, 10th, Rich, 11th, and with a free choice of tyres will be Don Silva in the Renault, SJH 12th, Bullet 13th, Ozone 14th, and bringing up the rear of the grid we got Alex in the Force India in 15th position. Who is going to be the master of Monaco? We will find out. As these guys are setting their race strategies. Now we know it's going to be a one-stop affair at this circuit, but it depends on what these guys do in the race. It could be a two-stop if they do enough damage to the car by clipping the wall. I mean, we've seen it happen when they were pushing flat out through qualifying. But we're going to see what they're going to do in the race. As we got the formation lap and 39 laps on this circuit. Sorry about that, I just had to have a little drink. So the entire top 10 starting on the hyper soft tyres, as we got Don Silva in 11th, opting for the ultra soft tyres. SJH in the Red Bull starting for the super soft tyres. We got Bullet going for the ultra softs, Ozone going for the super softs, and Alex going for the ultra softs. So we got a checkerboard of tyre compounds between the middle and the hardest tyre available at this circuit, between those outside of the top 10. Now on this game, this track is primarily a wheel advantage track, with pad users finding it a bit tricky around this circuit. So those with a wheel should have the initial advantage on this circuit, but pad users can also be very quick around this track as well, as they are all lining up, getting ready for 5 red lights. As I have a little bit of a drink, right? 5 red lights are out, and away we go. As we got the Ferrari leading the way from the Red Bull. We got Sloshy going side by side momentarily with Ivan right behind him. Has anyone made up any ground? We got Don Silva getting up into P10 off the start. Rich having a little bit of a slow start, as we got the Toro Rosso of B Morgan trying to go down the inside of Sneaky Ninja. Doesn't work out well for him, as we got a little bit of a car park going on at the back of the grid with the McLaren of Bullet, the Toro Rosso of Ozone, and the Force India of Alex. Maybe a little bit of carbon fibre has been taken off the Toro Rosso, as he did hit the back of that McLaren. But let's see who's gained positions, who's lost. Baba has gained 1 position. He's up into P7. Sneaky Ninja goes down. And we got B Morgan holding. And Ozone is out. Ozone is out of the race. Lap 1 already. We have a retirement as B Morgan comes into the pits along with Rich. Was there any contact made? I'm not sure, as Rich chucks on what appears to be a set of ultra soft tyres on the screen, but according to the graphics he is on the super soft tyres, and so is B Morgan in the Toro Rosso, who now has to fly the Toro Rosso flag solo as his teammate has crashed out. But at the moment, Valicello still leads the race with Jacob in second, Sloshy in third, and Ivan is losing a bit of time to Sloshy, and we are going to see what will happen, because Dale and James are right on the back of him. As we just change the graphics, but as Valicello sets a fastest lap of a 1:12, DRS is now enabled, as this is the closest battle we have on track, so we're going to stick with it. The battle for 4th, 5th and 6th is on. I do believe that is the Williams of Barber coming into the background as well, trying to close up on this little scrap. So go through the Nouvelle Chicane. It appears Ivan has got a pretty decent run, but Dale's going to stick with him. James in the McLaren has dropped off slightly as Sloshy gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. That's not what you want straight away. As yep, James in the McLaren. He is on the teetering edge of that DRS. And Dale has also lost a little bit of time to Ivan in that final sector. As we got a sneaky ninja coming into the pits, chucking on a set of ultra soft tyres. It will be interesting to see how many of these guys will make it to the end of the race after the incidents that happened in Baku. Another tight street circuit. Hopefully we get more finishers today than what we did in Baku. As it looked like Vallicello just clouted the wall on the exit of the Nouvelle Chicane, where he comes through swimming pool. Just over a second ahead as Jacob just gets into that DRS window. 9/10 behind. He will have DRS on the run down to turn 1 at Saint-Devon. And now he's going to stick behind him on the run up the hill, through Ridavage and through Massenet, down through Casino, right on the back of him. Back end stepping out just slightly as they come down to the Grand Hotel hairpin, the slowest corner in F1. They get through that relatively comfortably, through Portier into the tunnel. Let's have a look and see what ERS everyone has to play with. Vallicello keeping it in high ERS, with Jacob keeping it in medium. Sloshy has fallen off these guys. He's fallen back towards this battle with Ivan, Dale and James, with Baba not that far behind as well. That little freeway scrap as Ivan has come into the pits, opting for a nice little undercut on these guys. Maybe it'll work out well for him. Coming out, clean air, see what kind of lap times he can do. See if he can get a good undercut on these guys. Where has Ivan come out? He has come out in P11. But we go back to the scrap that's going on for P1. Jacob in the slipstream of Vallicello. Is he going to have a look down the inside at the Nouvelle Chicane? No, he isn't. Is he hoping for a better run? I think he has got a better run coming out of the chicane. Through to back. He's going to keep it behind for the time being, as Don Silva picks up a 3-second time penalty. So go through Raskas. Vallicello peels off into the pits. Jacob continues on. He has got DRS, and it looks like well, I was going to say it looked like he might have had a glitchy pit stop, but maybe it was just my connection to him. But he is on his way on a set of ultra soft tyres. He does come out behind Bullet in that McLaren. but he is still in the points. As we got Dale all over the back of Sloshy, the championship leader, under pressure from the young man in the Haas. Through Portier they go, into the tunnel. He is right in the slipstream. Is he going to have a look down the inside of the Welsh chicane? Nope, he's going to think better of it. And it looks like the McLaren might have had the best run, but they're out of the chicane as they go through to back and into swimming pool. Dale all over the back of Sloshy, but unable to find a way past as they go through Raskas. But Sloshy has peeled off into the pits, and Jacob is continuing on. And so does Dale, so does Hammers, so does Baba. But everyone else who started on the hyper soft tyres has come into the pits, and Sloshy chucks on a set of super soft tyres, looking to go to the end of the Grand Prix. But where is he going to come out? He is going to come out in P9, just ahead of Ivan. So the undercut for Ivan didn't work on Sloshy, but Ivan is on the better tyre. They are more warmed up, and they will be a lot more grippier, especially with Sloshy on cold super soft tyres. As we got a yellow flag in sector 1 and 2, and Sneaky Ninja has retired, so I'm guessing that's what it was for. But we're going to look at this little fight right now between Sloshy and Ivan. Ivan, I think he had a little bit of a look down the inside, but he thought better of it. He's going to stick behind, through to back, into the swimming pool. On the run down now to Raskas, he's having a little look. He's darting to the left and the right, and he's going to be... Oh, I thought he might have gone alongside him for the final corner. The McLaren of James, he's lost a lot of time to these guys. A lot of time. He must have hit the wall or had a little bit of a slide, but he has lost some time to Sloshy and Ivan, who have caught back up. Sloshy goes down the inside, and that's a lovely move down the inside of the Red Bull. They come through Portier. Will Ivan now get past the Red Bull of SJH also as they come through the tunnel? He's going to have a look down the inside of the Novel chicane. He does well not to clip that inside wall, but Ivan has now got past the Red Bull driver as Jacob and Dale have both pitted. Jacob is on his way on a set of super soft tyres, and Dale has also chucked on a set of these super soft tyres. But where's Vallicello? Vallicello's going past right now. So Vallicello comes back out in the lead, but he's not in the lead by a huge amount. And Dale comes out. He splits Ivan and Sloshy, so Ivan definitely lost a little bit of time in our little exchange with SJH. He wasn't able to get past him as quickly as Sloshy did, and that has cost him a place against Dale. But Baba is still going on his hypersoft tyres. And we got Don Silva in second place, but he did start on those ultra soft tyres, let's not forget. But he will inherit the race lead once Baba comes into the pits, and we're going to see if he's going to come in right now. Yes, he does. He peels off into the pits. What tyre will Baba go on to? As there's a set of super soft tyres there waiting, but yes, it is going to be super soft tyres. My eyes were deceiving me right there. I believe I saw the tyres change colour. They went purple to red very quick, and then the tyre graphic allowed me to see what tyre he was actually on. So here we are, 11 laps out of 39 here at the Monaco Grand Prix. Don Silva is currently leading the way, but yet to make a pit stop. Vallicello chasing him down in P2. The Ferrari is prancing around this circuit as we got the Red Bull charging after him with Jacob in third. The Alfa Romeo Sauber of Sloshy chasing down Jacob also, and we got Dale and the Haas right behind Sloshy. That's going to be a titanic battle for the last place on the podium once Don Silva makes his pit stop. We got Ivan in the second Ferrari, not that far away on ultra soft tyres, let's not forget. And we got Baba and Hammers having a little bit of a ding dong for P7 right now, as we got SJH in 9th place. Alex currently in the points in P10. B Morgan not that far behind in 11th. Bullet in 12th. And Rich coming into the pits because a lot of his front wing has gone. So he's going to be into the pits for a new front wing and a fresh set of tyres. And apparently he has chosen to go on the Hypersoft tyres. That's an interesting call. A very interesting call. As we got a nice little scrap right now for 9th, 10th and 11th as Alex clouts the wall on the exit of Portier. And B Morgan gets past him. So B Morgan up into P10. The Toro Rosso driver. Oh, he's clouted the inside. He's hit the inside of the Nouvelle chicane. I did say earlier, it's very easy to hit that inside wall. And that just proves the point right there. You get your turn in wrong and it will punish you. As SJH has come into the pits. I don't know why he lost so much time. Front wing damage is probably the reason, as Alex also comes into the pits. So that releases Bullet into P10. And will Rich get back past him? I'm not sure. Nah, I think Rich is way too far behind, as Vallicello has managed to get past Don Silva. Now Jacob is up next to get past as he hits the outside wall of Tabac. But he is all over the back of that Renault. And he does not want to be held up too far with this Renault. But the Renault has peeled into the pits. So Vallicello and Jacob has been released. So Vallicello probably lost a lot more time there than Jacob did, getting past Don Silva, who has pitted for a set of super soft tyres to go to the end of the race. But here is the question now. Will Vallicello be making a second pit stop? He has pitted onto the ultra soft tyres, but remember he pitted 7 laps ago. Jacob's tyres are 3 laps fresher and on a more durable compound. So he'll definitely be able to go to the end, whereas Vallicello might be struggling to take those tyres all the way to the end. So he might be on a little bit of a 2-stop strategy right there. And Don Silva has come out in 8th place after his pit stop, as Rich sets the fastest lap of the race so far on those Hypersoft tyres. I'm not surprised, to be completely honest with you. And it looks like Sloshy is slowly creeping away from Dale and Ivan is kind of dropping back a bit. And we got Baba and James, who just picked up a 3-second time penalty for cutting Sandavon just slightly as they go through Casino on the run down to Mirabeau into the Grand Hotel hairpin, through Portier into the tunnel on the run down to the Nouvelle chicane. This is the closest battle we have on track right now, so we're going to stick with it at least until I see that battle for first getting closer. But we got the McLaren driver of James right on the back of Baba. DRS wide open. But Baba using his ERS quite wisely. It's interesting right now that I've just noticed that both Ferraris and they've gone for a set of ultra soft tyres, and both of them are losing time as Jacob locks up on the run into the Nouvelle chicane. Both of them are just losing time to these super soft runners. Ivan has dropped back into the clutches of Baba and James, and he's dropped off the pace of Dale and Sloshy, whereas Vallicello he's just about staying ahead of Jacob at the moment. But Jacob is in that DRS window. He does have a lot more ERS to play with, so maybe next lap we might see a bit of a move into Sandavon at turn 1. But these guys right now, they're coming down to the Grand Hotel hairpin. We're going to see if Vallicello can pull away. But we're going to go back to this fight, this freeway scrap for P5 on the circuit, as Ivan is just about staying ahead of Baba as they go through the tunnel. Will Baba have a little look down the inside at the Nouvelle chicane? He thinks better of it. He sticks behind for now, but he's got a much better run. He moves to the inside. He has a little look, but he thinks better into Tebek as they come through swimming pool. So great to see these three cars so close to each other on the edge as they go through Raskas through the final corner. DRS will be open right now for the Williams of Baba. Will he have a little look down the inside? Sandavon. No, he's going to stick it behind for up the hill as they go through Viravage on the run through Massenet and into Casino. That Williams is all over the back of the Ferrari as they come through the Grand Hotel hairpin once again. And that McLaren, he's just sitting there. He's waiting for an opportunity to pounce on one of these guys as they go through Portier into the tunnel. Baba a little bit too far back to make a move into the Nouvelle chicane as James picks up a 3-second time penalty as they go through Tebek and the swimming pool on the run down to Raskas through the final corner. DRS going to be wide open once again. Hot lap on the ERS, an overtake for Ivan. Baba is all over the back of this Ferrari driver as they're going up the hill. Ivan clouts the wall. He ping-pongs off the wall through Miravage up towards Massenet, and he has lost 2 positions. That is going to allow Baba and James opportunity right now to get a track position and to pull away from Ivan. I don't know what was going on with Ivan right there. I don't think he realised that Baba was having a look to get alongside him, and I think that might have scared him off just a little bit. I'm not sure if Ivan does have any front wing damage. Visually it looks to be intact, so we're going to see what his pace is like, but he is dropping back slightly as we got Rich in the pits once again. And we knew it was going to happen, but to be honest, he might come out in a bit of a tricky situation, but yeah. Well, I wasn't that far off. I thought Rich might have come out in the middle of that little scrap between Baba, James and Ivan, but he's just behind as we got the leader Vallicello catching up the blue flag cars of Alex in the Force India, as Alex does do his best to let them through, as SJH now has a penalty to his name, and Sloshy is actually closing in on these guys. He is closing in on these guys. The championship leader catching Jacob and Vallicello. So this could be interesting, because Vallicello and Jacob are starting to catch some lap cars. I mean, SJH is not that far up the road. So what kind of role will the back markers play in this battle we got right now for first, second and third, as we got a yellow flag in sector 2 as Alex has gone into the wall through Mirabeau. He's able to reverse it and get it out just in time. Sloshy got another 3-second time penalty. I think that is his second one. I can't quite remember if it is his second one. But Jacob right now is dropping back off Vallicello slightly. I'm not sure why, but B Morgan is into the pits. He's chucking on a set of ultra soft tyres, and he is back out in P10, just ahead of SJH. So this is going to be very interesting, as Dale also comes into the pits, chucking on a set of ultra soft tyres for him as well in the Haas. But yeah, this is going to be interesting now. B Morgan on fresh ultra softs, as we got SJH who's being closed down by the leaders. Can B Morgan stay ahead of the lead cars? I'm not sure, but we're gonna find out. As Jacob gets a 3-second time penalty. As, oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, we just had the Toro Rosso of B Morgan clip the wall through to back, and he collected Vallicello as well, who's got to come into the pits to change that front wing. I mean, blue flag conditions as well. That could be something that the stewards might want to have a look at, but from my eye it just looked like B Morgan just clipped the inside of Tabak and just completely lost the car, but Jacob and Sloshy are currently P1, P2. We got Baba in third, James in the McLaren in fourth. Vallicello does come out of the pits in fifth place on fresh ultra soft tyres, so we're going to see what he can do. Dale not far behind him in sixth. Don Silva in seventh. Ivan just coming out of the pits in P8. We got Bullet in a lonely P9 right now, and we got B Morgan, who's going to be furious with himself for that mistake through Tabak and making contact with the race leader as well. So he's going to be furious about that also, but he is currently in the last points playing position, and we got Rich in P11, SJH P12, Alex in P13, and 2 retirements so far of Sneaky Ninja in the Renault and Ozone in the Toro Rosso. But this is the battle for the podium right now between Baba and James. Lap 24 of 39. So we're going to see what these guys can do, as Bullet gets a 3-second time penalty. The McLaren is closing. Let's go on TV pod so we can get a nice view of this little battle between James and Baba. As we got Bullet into the pits right now. So both McLarens are in the points, both Ferraris are in the points. Which is actually, it's interesting for the Constructors' Championship because only 2 points separate McLaren and Ferrari. And as it stands right now, it will still be 2 points separating them at the end of the race. We got B Morgan right on the back of Bullet. They go through to back into the swimming pool section. A little tap on the wall from B Morgan. He has a little look. Takes a much tighter line through Raskas than Bullet did. So he's right on the back rim. DRS wide open. Is he going to have a look into turn 1 of San Devon? He has a little bit of a look, but makes a little bit of contact with Bullet's rear right tyre. And that gap between Vallicello and James is coming down. So Vallicello could be still in with a chance of that podium position. And if he can dispatch of those 2 cars of Baba and James, he could try to hunt down Sloshy and maybe even Jacob, as we got B Morgan locking up, almost smashing into the back of Bullet. But where is the race leader Jacob as he comes through turn 1? Is there any traffic ahead of him? There's no lap traffic anywhere near Jacob for the time being. But it looks like B Morgan is dropping off. Does he have damage on his front wing? That's going to TV pod. Oh, he locks up and almost goes straight into the wall, into the barrier at the hairpin. As he goes through Portier, he must have front wing damage. It's looking a handful to get that car through the corners. As he's got blue flags, he's got that Vallicello go. And yeah, I think he has got damage. As Vallicello just... he takes a little bit of a cut through the Novell chicane. And you can see how much B Morgan's got to lift off through to back. He must have front wing damage. But we got Ivan all over the back of the Renault of Don Silva. Will there be any sort of move being made into Raskas, I wonder? Ivan on relatively fresh ultra soft tyres. They've only done 4 laps, so he's going to have the grip advantage, the tyre advantage. Is he going to send one down the inside into turn 1? No, he thinks better of it. He doesn't want to take any risks. Through Sandavon, up through Viravage, through Massenet they go. That's a yellow flag in sector 2. But here he goes down the inside. Can he get this move done? He can, just before the hairpin. Lovely manoeuvre from the Ferrari driver. And this will help Ferrari out in the constructors' battle that they are in with McLaren. And it will also help Ivan in the Drivers' Championship as well, because he is going to be closing up on SJH, who is out of the points at this moment in time. And we still got Baba keeping ahead of that McLaren of James. I mean, Baba right now is sitting second in the Drivers' Championship, so he doesn't want to lose too many points to Sloshy, who is currently leading the championship. I mean, Jacob, he's looking to get into the championship fight as well, and with a win by here, it will elevate him up the championship table. And then he can always say that he is the master of Monaco. As we're on lap 30 of 39. 10 more laps to go, including the lap that we are on. Jacob in the Red Bull currently leading this Grand Prix. Sloshy second, Baba third. The McLaren of James dropping off Baba right now in 4th place. Vallicello in the Ferrari hunting down that McLaren driver. As we got the Hassedale in 6th. Ivan coming up to some traffic in the form of Rich in P7. Don Silva in P8. Bullet in 9th. And we got B Morgan in the last points playing position of P10. Rich in 11th, who has got out the way of Vallicello. Oh, sorry, Ivan, I believe it was. Let me just check. Yes, it was Ivan. Rich in 11th. SJH in 12th. Alex 13th, who is just clipped that final corner. But he does get out the way, and that's the leader straight through. He stays out the way of Sloshy as well, which is going to be good for us. No back marker interference. As B Morgan's got 5 seconds stop-go penalty for corner cutting. That's not going to help him out. He has 6 seconds. The gap to Rich. And I do believe with that penalty, B Morgan will finish behind Rich. So he might have just cost himself the last point playing position as he comes into the pitch to serve that penalty. So Rich will be promoted to P10. This has got to be the longest pit stop of B Morgan's life right now, as he chucks on a fresh set of ultra soft tyres. SJH comes in behind him and chucks on a set of hyper soft tyres. So SJ might just be looking to set the fastest lap. B Morgan 25 seconds behind Rich. If Rich decides that he wants fastest lap, he might have just thrown away a point if he decides that he wants fastest lap. But there was a change for the podium positions that I completely missed as B Morgan retires from the race. That's got to be heart-wrenching for him. Spent most of the race inside the top 10. And then on fresh rubber, he ends up with absolutely nothing. But as I was saying, there was a change up ahead that I completely missed. The McLaren of James has got past Baba as Don Silva also retires. Where was that to? As Bullet is coming through the tunnel. Hopefully we can find out where that Renault is parked up. I mean, I'm not seeing where the Renault is yet. Hopefully we will find out where he is parked up. Where did Silva crash out to? As Bullet gets out of the way, it looks like Silva crashed out through Raskas or into the final corner. But right now the race is kind of stabilised. We got Baba and James still pretty close to each other, so that's the battle for the podium, and Vallicello closing them down as he comes through Portier. So it looks like these guys on the one stop are starting to lose a bit of grip on their tyres. 23 laps for Jacob on these super softs, 25 laps for Soshi, 24 for James, 22 for Baba. But Vallicello on 10 lap old ultra soft tyres. He is going to be closing these guys down as we got a yellow flag. It's probably Alex letting through a faster car as SJH actually gets 10th place right now, and Rich goes up to 9th thanks to the retirement of B Morgan and Don Silva. So they are going to be relieved that they've kept it out of the wall. And to be honest, they're probably hoping that a few more people do end up putting it into the wall so that they can gain a few more points. But right now, out of the 15 starters, we have only got 11 runners left. And ironically, both Toro Rossos are out and both Renaults are out. So we're going to stay on board with Baba in TV pod, TV camera. We're going to see if he can close up to James, as it is the closest battle we got right now, as Ivor gets a 3-second time penalty. to be honest, the time penalties are going to come into effect here, because I know Sloshy got time penalties, Hammers got time penalties, Baba got time penalties, and Vallicello have also got time penalties. I can't remember if Dale got a time penalty, so if Dale can get within 3 seconds of Vallicello, he might be able to pinch that position off him. But at this moment, Sloshy is less than 2 seconds ahead of the McLaren driver of Hammers, who is just 2.5 seconds ahead of the Williams driver of Baba. As there is the Sauber of Sloshy now in the sights of Hammers as we move on to lap 36 of 39. This is going to be a tasty final few laps as he clouts the wall through Saint-Devon as they go up through Viravage, through Massenet, down into Casino. On the run down to the Grand Hotel hairpin. Through Portier they go into the tunnel. A little bit of a back end stepping out for Hammers. But he's just got into the second margin for Sloshy, so he will have DRS if he remains there. On the run down to Raskas, he is going to be within DRS. This is going to be the battle for second place. Sloshy, the championship leader in the Sauber, against the McLaren of Hammers, who has one lap fresher tyres but has been catching. As we got Dale all over the back of Vallicello as well. In fact, that might be another little scrap to look at as well. Will Dale have a little look into the hairpin? He's not going to look into the hairpin for the time being. So as Hammers has actually lost a bit of time, he might have clouted the wall on the exit of Portier, which is not good for him. He's lost a good second to Sloshy, and he's fallen back towards Baba. As we got Dale keeping right on the back of Vallicello. That Ferrari is now under pressure. He was the pole man, the man on pole. He has led most of this race, and unfortunately for him, his two-stop strategy is not going to get him anywhere at the moment. He should have been on the one stop. The one stop is always going to be the more valuable option on this circuit, as Baba is all over the back of Hammers. Now I don't know if Hammers' tyres have gone or whether he's got serious front wing damage. It looks like he has got serious front wing damage. That McLaren is wounded, and Baba is all over the back. This is the podium that these guys are scrapping out for. And if Hammers goes slow enough, he's actually holding the Williams up as he goes and hits the wall through Mirabeau. And that is absolutely heartbreaking for the Williams driver, as Rich gets a 3-second time penalty. But this is going to be a tasty fight right now, as we've got the Ferrari of Vallicello, the Haas of Dale, the Williams of Baba, and the McLaren of Hammers. All very close to each other. Penalties will decide the podium sitters, I'm sure of it. But as we move on to the last lap of the Grand Prix, as Dale does get past Vallicello, he's going around the outside of the Saint-Devon. These guys are side by side up through Viravage, but the Ferrari does come out on top as they go through Massenet. into casino. These guys are in the time penalty, are within the time penalties of each other, so whoever's got more penalties is going to be last out of these 4 drivers. Sloshy, I think, has done enough to stay ahead. Are we going to get any dive bombs into the Novel chicane? I don't think we are, so we're going to go back towards Jacob as he comes through Raskas for the final time. And around the final corner he comes. The Red Bull on the one-stop strategy is the master of Monaco. And Sloshy at the moment will come through for P2. But will he stay there? I know he's got penalties. As we got James, Baba, Vallicello and Dale going to be crossing the line. Let's see where everyone comes. And Dale has actually gone all the way up to P2. The penalties have played a massive role right now, as Sloshy, James, Baba and Vallicello have dropped down a position. And Dale has been promoted all the way up to 2nd place. So Sloshy gets 3rd. James 4th. Baba 5th. Vallicello 6th. Ivan in the other Ferrari in 7th. It's a good day for McLaren, with James in 4th and Bullet in 8th. That's points gained over the Ferrari team, as we got Rich coming through to collect P9, as SJH is going to be the final point on the board. He is going to be the last point scorer of this Grand Prix, but Jacob has done it. He is the master of Monaco. And here we go. That is your podium right there. Jacob wins here at the Monaco Grand Prix. Dale finishes in 2nd place thanks to the penalties that the 4 drivers going from 3rd down to 6th has actually gained. So he gets promoted up to 2nd, with Sloshy, the championship leader, taking home the final podium position. So there it is. Jacob your winner, Dale 2nd, Sloshy 3rd, James 4th, Baba 5th, Vallicello 6th, Ivan 7th, Bullet 8th, Rich 9th and SJH 10th. Alex unfortunately finishing outside the points, but he did finish the Grand Prix. And then we got our non-finishers, Don Silva, B Morgan, Sneaky Ninja and Ozone. Both Renaults and Toro Rossos will want to forget this race. They will want to forget it in a heartbeat. Now, unfortunately guys, there will not be any podium interviews tonight as I got to shoot off. But I want to say a big congratulations to Jacob on mastering Monaco here in F6 for AOR here tonight at round number 6. I hope you guys enjoyed the racing. I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. And we will catch you again next week, I believe, for the Canadian Grand Prix, which promises to be a absolute stunner. So until then, we will catch you next week.